for joining us as above, so below. We're talking about Saturn energy. We want to say much appreciating to each and every one of you guys for being a part of our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook family. Also to my Patreon family, to each and every one of you guys that have shared and hit that like button. To each and every one of you guys, salutations that have supported me and supported me through the process of my crowning. I want to say to my madrina, to hello and salutations to my madrina and to my padrino, to my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo, whether you're in Santeria, Mystic, Agile. What's up there, Keech, my baby Scorpio? Also to each and every one of you guys are being notified that I am live. If this is your first time in my live, my name is Apostle Ely. I'm the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. What's up there, Latadra, my Taurus? Minister Madam Mays, my Scorpio from Louisville, Kentucky. And then we got Daniel Gregory, my Aquarius from Alabama. Hello, blessings and love to you as well. Love and light. I hear you over there. See you over there. To all of you that this is your first time in my live, make sure you sir and man, do yourself a favor and join my YouTube family and be a part of something great that is manifesting in this lifetime. I want to also say to you guys, if this is your first time in my live, I teach universal laws on my platform. Mostly the people that I deal with are people that are Christian. What's up there, Geneva, my Leo from Michigan? A lot of these people that leave Christianity and go into the ATRs, they still struggle because a lot of us have been indoctrinized and with certain beliefs and outlooks and perception. And I say to people all the time, your perception is everything. He's the best. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate that. What's up there, sweetheart? Capricorn from Pittsburgh. Okay, welcome to the world of Apostle Ely. All right, welcome to each and every one of you guys. I want to say to all of you guys, these are the cards that I read from. Technology of the Soul, 72 Names of God. To my Christian buddies, so you don't come back to them, what are universal laws? I will be explaining them momentarily. Let me say this, and I'm glad you asked. I think you made some comments on my post, and I want to share this with you guys. Universal laws are principles that apply in the universe to each and every one of us. Sometimes you hear people say things of as above, so below. What goes around comes around. People have different terminology, but they all derive from a universal law that applies to everybody, whether you believe in, like, there are people that do not believe in God, but gravity doesn't care what you believe in. There are people that do not believe in spirits. When they die, they become the very thing they didn't believe in. There are certain things that exist whether you accept it or not. Universal laws are there to guide us in our particular practice, so that we what's up there, Jealous Sweets, Unveiling Ann, Karen Cartwright, thank you so much, love. I got my Pisces, my Gemini, and my Cancer in the house. Okay, so when it comes down, somebody said I'm God. That is also a true statement, but saying it and being it are two different things. What I do on my platform, I do not come here looking for validation. When I come here for those that are seeking certain frequencies and vibrations, I share what I have, and those that is meant for them, they will join what we are doing over here. And those that is not, sometimes sometimes you enter into things when you're not mature enough, and sometimes you take your time to the point that you miss out on things. You understand? So the best thing that I am is a statement of affirmation. But universal laws regulate. All is mine is a universal law. Okay? I think that a lot of times, especially with Christianity, when you get into other ATRs, like whether it is Christianity, Muslim, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, any of the ATRs out there, it's so many, Hoodoo. A lot of times we're busy learning spells and incantations and prayers that we don't understand about universal laws. Occultism is only a term that is supposed to represent hidden things. Okay, it has nothing to do with a good or evil. Your mom or dad keeping hiding from you, whether they're going through something in the home or not, is not an evil thing. They're mentally trying to protect you from not accepting or going through whatever they're going through. They're trying to protect the mind or the emotions of said child. Hidden truths, hidden things are not about keeping something away from you, as in trying to be sinister. But a lot of times, if we are not in a certain place in our life, we cannot handle certain truth. And that's just the truth. What's up, Monique? Fo. Ha! Got you this day on Saturday. So this is why I share on my platform, so I can help people. I want to say first of all, hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. And I say this to anybody that is watching and that will be watching this. I'm going to share some information today. I was born to do the work that I was doing. I have been up under tutelage, not only from home, but also I started my spiritual dad at 13 years old. I am 50 years old, okay? Now, I want to explain some things, and it's to the benefit of many of you that have not been raised up with this type of information or this type of tutelage. It is to give you an opportunity as a grown man or woman to make a decision of what you want. Now, what practice you get in really should have to do with your ancestry background. The reason why people tell you about your ancestor background is because this is the form of magic that is going to be easier for you to learn. Now, the thing about it is I use this concept. If you are struggling with addition and subtraction, why would you move to multiplication division? Because all of these principles build on each other. And if you're struggling with addition and subtraction, you're going to struggle with multiplication and division and so forth. The same thing when you don't master the God or spirit or ashe that is within, then when you try to make contact with other entities or spirits outside of self, you're going to struggle because you don't have that basic foundation. People that have basic foundation are the people that say, you know what, I could do this, but I'm not going to do this. Or I know or they understand about time management. They understand about being a good steward over the things that spirit has given. People that are just learning spells, they honestly, they feel like they can do whatever. Whether they're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Christian, Muslim. That is somebody driving down the road on the passenger side with their foot on the gas pedal. Anything liable to happen because you have nothing to guide you. And then when you are honestly challenged in this thing called, we call the spiritual streets, you don't know how to respond because you don't really have a basis of structure. It is hard to deal with somebody that does not have structure when it comes to their spirituality. When they're out there doing what they want to do, how they want to do it, because there's no real truth to them. You know what I'm saying? There's no real right or wrong. There's no real hot and cold. There's no real, because they make it up and they come up with their own definition. And I can't teach, or anybody for that matter, no matter what your practice, they can't teach people that don't have some rules and regulations to their life. Now, what's up, Stormy? Sagittarius in the house. What's up, babe? Hi, hit those. Oh, thank you, Madam Minister Madam May. She said hit them like button. Now, the reason why I share this on my platform, because a lot of people, and I'm going to use this word and not to be offensive, they pretend they want to know the truth. They pretend they want to learn spirituality. Once confronted, it's like somebody saying they want a relationship with you, and then when they realize what all comes along with having that relationship, they're apprehensive, they start backing up. Because most of us, due to Christianity, we like the idea of being spiritual. We like the idea of communicating with spirit. We like the idea of prayer, the idea of spell work, the idea of working as a professional spiritualist. The idea. We don't really know the responsibility that come in. And I want to talk to you guys about something personal to me that hopefully that those that are grown enough and want something out of spirituality will take this to heart and then make decisions. All right. Now, my subject today is healed before arrival. That's what I want to talk about today. Being healed before arrival. A lot of times, if you are up on a Tata, Mumbo, or Hugon, or whomever, and I'm going to say this also to all of you guys that are trying to learn spirituality outside of commitment. You're doing yourself a disservice because you're saying you're learning from certain people and they don't even know you exist. You know what I'm saying? The information may be good, but you still don't know why he or she is saying what they're saying. Only the people that are literally learning up under them knows why that tata, that mambo, that pastor, that daddy, that mama, that godfather, that godmother is saying what they're saying. It is true that there's a lot of people out here that are not doing right by the practice. But it is also true that there's a lot of people that are not committed to the practice, and they're just trying to learn so they can pretend to be spiritual. They can pretend to be a hoodooist, a voodooist, a Santos, or a Hugon, an apostle, a pastor, whatever your ATR is. That is not my concern. My concern is this. Proverbs 11 and 14. Proverbs 11 chapter verse 14. It says, where no counsel or advice is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Now, why is this important, Apostle Eli? I'm a Christian. I'm a Tata. I'm a Mambo. How does this apply to me? I'm going to explain why. If you ever did anything without counsel, it's like putting... you buy something at a store, it comes with a symbol, you don't read the instruction, and listen, I done even done it, buying stuff, and you actually sometimes damage the product because you never read the instruction, because we live in a society, we don't think instruction matters. Why? We buy cars, they come with manuals, we never read. Okay? We get in practices, we try to do spell work that we do not study. So therefore, how do you know that if somebody's saying something to you is correct? The purpose of being in a classroom and having a teacher is that everybody has the same curriculum. Everybody has the same information. And therefore, an honest debate can take place, whether agreed or disagreed. But when we are not in the same classroom, we have different curriculum, then how is it that I'm going to actually ask you a question when I done took what I done heard from several other people that may be in different spaces and places in life, why they said what they said, and asking you questions about a practice that you don't even practice? I've literally had people ask questions to people, to folks about me, and those people don't even have my abilities. They don't have my skill set. They don't have my background. They don't have none of that. And you're literally asking, is this right? Should I do? No, if you go back to the manufacturer, if somebody is practiced at a particular ATR, all of the people, the healthier and the more grounded elders we have in any of the ATRs that are willing to guide, but you're not willing to be guided, there's no benefit. When you don't have counselors and you don't get counsel, you're going to fall. I don't care if you're in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Tata, you're a Mambo, you're a Hugon, it doesn't matter how great your destiny is. I had the pleasure of being reared by very profound spiritualists. And I want to say this. This is why I say heal before arrival. You don't have to be a good Tata, a Mambo, or elder, doesn't mean that they have to agree with everything you do. Some of y'all think that because people stand against what you may believe or want. Oh, thank you so much. Double tap that screen. Like, anybody that really knows spirituality knows that I'm telling the truth. Okay? This can make your journey easier, more proficient, or ignoring it can make your journey harder. So, here is the people out here, they're trying to teach you. And so, as a young man, I still was basically a child when I was learning. So, following the instruction and dealing with grown people. But I want y'all to understand, stop taking a mom or a leader or elder that they are not for you because they don't agree with you. That's immature. If you're really trying to grow and develop, you got to understand that a part of the job of any leader is to correct. If you got somebody that's amening everything you doing or what you think, that's not a good thing, because y'all not supposed to be on the same level. I travel sometimes to other people and they find out that they're doing witchcraft too, but it does. I'm gonna say this. What y'all don't understand, when you're dealing with spiritual people, and this is just giving you honest answers. I'm going to use my church as an example. I have protection on my church, on my ministry. I have protection on there. If somebody comes into my church and their attitude was, whether it's disbelief or whether, well, I'm not going to do that, or maybe, oh, they worshiping him, you're mentally coming against what the flow of energy that is in that particular space. Don't forget, just like when you walk into a bank, there are certain protections that there. The same thing when it comes to spirituality. I think that as you guys are surfing the internet or surfing the spiritual street, so to speak, or the marketplace for spirituality, that you keep forgetting these are spiritual people, and a part of their training is to have protection. And whether you agree with that or not, it's a universal thought. We have a right to protect ourselves. And a lot of times, this is what I mean about being healed before arrival. A lot of times, you have gone through so much from your physical family, through relationships. So by the time you meet your tata or your mentor or your coach or your spiritualist, you're damaged because you never took time to heal yourself. You never took time. Even if they mean you right, you're going to mess up that relationship because you have trauma. You have situations that now, or this person took my money, or this person did this to me, or this person lied to me. You're bringing all of that baggage to a new relationship, which is not fair to the person that you're getting in a relationship with, but you're not resolving your issue. You're not getting your hows, your whys answered. What you're doing is you're going to somebody else to help medicate what you feel that somebody else has done to you. We do it in natural relationships, and we're doing it in spiritual relationships. This is why I was asking the Spirit, like, what is it that I can share today to make a lot of y'all journeys a lot easier? Immature people that do not want correction, people that know it all in the beginning, create a lot of havoc, not only in their lives, but the lives of other people. Okay? It says in this particular scripture, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. The reason why I was able to go through as unscathed as I was, because I was constantly surrounded by, whether it was people in my family that was spiritual, whether it's spiritual leaders, somebody was always checking me. Somebody was always telling me, don't do that. Somebody was always telling me, you're doing too much. Somebody was saying, study. You know, I came up before I left my mom's house with structure and having certain understanding universal. This is why I don't have to be a part of a person's practice to know how to get along with people. I got people skills. And that's something I learned. Some of y'all don't have either people skills or you don't have life skills. And those are essential for success. And when you are here, if you think, let me say this, because I want to speak to the accountabilities of elders, and I want to also speak to the accountabilities of people that are seeking guidance. You are asking a grown man or woman to stop what they're doing in life to attend to your situation. They're not your mother, your biological mother. They're not your biological father. They are a spiritual father, a spiritual mother, or whatever practice. And you are not bringing anything to the table or very little to the table to resolve your problem. And your mindset is that it is going to be their responsibility to make you better. So now you're taking the cross, based, so to speak, on your back and placing, they got their own cross, own responsibility, and now you're holding them accountable for keeping your mind sane, to keeping your emotions stable, to keep you from spending money impulsively, or not being a good steward over your finances. All of this is spirituality. It doesn't matter what you practice. It doesn't matter what you're out here. And let me say y'all this. When you don't have nobody in your life that will tell you the truth, because I wrote this down, I'm going to jump down here a little bit. Because let me go here first. Proverbs 24 verse 6. Verse 26. It says, for by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Let me say this. If you really had somebody that had it for you, and you want to throw hoodoo at somebody, voodoo at somebody. What's up, my Darius? Did I say Karen O'Brien? Boss Braids up in here. And you think about this. When you look back over your life, how many people were willing to stand against you to make sure that you were safe? How many people told you you were wrong? Let me tell y'all something. Most spiritual people know out here that most people want what they want and they don't care. They're not even concerned about the consequences. Like, this is real talk. Most people, that's why they can ignore wisdom. That's why they can ignore counsel. Because at this point, they want what they want and they are not concerned about the outcome. They only care about the outcome when it goes bad. They only care about the outcome when something happens to them. So when somebody tell them no, oh, let me go find somebody going to tell me yes. If you don't want somebody telling you what you want, then start looking for the truth. If you are out here and you are delusional and you are not rational, then you're going to attract those type of spiritualists. You're going to attract people that don't care. If you're around people that care, they're going to tell you what you need. How are you showing up for class claiming to want to grow spiritually and you don't have paper? You don't have pen. You don't have folders. You don't know herbs. You out here counseling people and you only know 4 herbs. You don't know the extent. You don't know if they're are. You don't know how to awaken. Like, you out here giving advice, spiritual advice, and you have not passed one test. You have never got an A in class. You out here giving counsel. You have been late to every single class that has been offered to you in life. And you are literally out here giving out counsel. And then, because these people have itching ears, you don't care who. I told one lady, I said, you don't care who prophesied to you. Like, there's an old saying, say, consider so. What's up, Eligua? I'm actually, you asked me, you just joined the live, are you a Santero? I'm going to be crowned very shortly, but I am definitely in the religion. But we have already a crown Ochosi in our church. Let me explain something to you. It doesn't matter what your particular practice is. This is why a lot of people get into these religions, as in voodoo, Santeria, Kumikan, all of them, and they get so disappointed. They don't even consider. Can I even dialogue with my madrina, my padrino, my tata, my hugan? Is there going to be a personality class? Do I have the economics? Do I have the finances to follow out this procedure? Because let me tell y'all something. A lot of the problems come because a lot of people get involved in spirituality not knowing what it's actually going to financially cost them. And they're not prepared for that. And when they're not prepared for that, and when you have little, you think in your mind, they taking everything I got. Because you already getting into something that you don't have much to work with. So therefore, you're looking for a quick return. And in spirituality, it's a development. That's from manifestation. That's from things coming to fruition. It don't matter. You need to be healed before arrival. Yes, it costs to take sacrifices to say, yeah. And this is the stuff, like, not only does it cost, just like when you go to college and you sit in that classroom, your books are paid for, your class is paid for, your clothes are paid for, the gas is paid for, the shelter's paid, but you're sitting in there hungry. You got money for everything else, but you don't have money to eat. It is still going to be ineffective because you can't concentrate hungry. Most people do not get into spirituality with a plan. They don't have nobody. Most people don't have nobody saying, okay, this is what you're going to need. This is why when my son went off, I had him talking to other people in colleges, campuses. I surrounded my children with whatever that they were going after, especially if I knew I could not give that. I went to community college. I did not go to a 4-year university. And I was not going to sit there and pretend like I could guide my son in certain things when I knew my resources for information was limited. My experience was limited. And when I went to community college, it was around my hometown. He was going off in another state in a 4-year college. I wanted him to... this is how I'm going to tell y'all. When people really got it for you, they will outsource you to other people to make sure you get what you need. People, I don't care if they're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo. I don't care if it's Mystic, Ajay, Shamanism, Eastern Star, Masonic. Or a part of you being in these spiritual communities is that it's supposed to be with the mindset it takes a village to raise that child. And when you want to be the all, in all, be all, you serve nobody justice. That's just a real thing. A part of being able to manifest for other people, I had to be able to manifest for myself. A lot of times people don't realize that the things that I'm talking about, I don't need you as a testimony. You got to be made whole before you try. How can I help your situation mentally, emotionally, or financially, whatever it is? And I myself am broken. I myself have issues that I don't know how to resolve. Just basic conversation. I don't know how to interact with people that disagree with me. I don't know how to agree to disagree. When you're not healed, before you arrive to whatever you have prayed for, petitioned for, sacrificed for, conjured for, when you get there, certain man, I promise you, you ain't got to ever agree. I don't have to ever see you. You're going to mess it up. If you have not dealt with the lack of trust issue, whether it came from mom, dad, cuz, grandma, whomever, that stuff you ain't dealt with. You out here trying to conjure, doing baneful work instead of trying to get yourself together. Instead of you getting into these ATRs to develop yourself, your senses, getting you grounded, stop following this. It's just the truth. It's just the... listen, I'm 50 years old, y'all. I've been doing magic since I'm a child. You're not going to sit here and tell me that this does not impact your life. This is why some of you guys go into things and you think that your leaders or elders are not teaching you certain things when you yourself are not a worthy student. Tell me a teacher that sees a student that shows up for class, to every single class, always got their tools, always passing their tests, always asking questions, always trying to figure out how to help that teacher be more proficient in their class. And show me a teacher that's a real teacher, not going to take out special time to school that because they see that it's a personal drive. Nobody, I don't care what you practice in magic. Nobody can make you do anything. Some of y'all get in here and y'all want people to babysit y'all. You're not looking for magic. Huh? You make grown-up decisions, but you respond childishly to the outcome. I'm going to say it again. You make grown-up decisions, and in your response to that decision, now you're going to act childish. As the word said, it said, let me say it like this. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. When you understand this, you don't make it about other people. I'm going to say it again. When you understand universal laws, there's no devil to blame. There's no God to blame. There's no mother to blame. Because you are a soul. You are a divinity. When you're practicing magic, you're the one that making the decision that you're not only going to influence your reality, but you're going to also influence the reality of other people. For all of you that claim that I don't mess with other people, free will. If you praying or petitioning spirit, ancestors, or whatever, your God, and you want that position, and there's other people that want that position, in order for you to get the victory or your prayers answered to get that position, they have to be denied. Tell me why that doesn't affect other people. In all of these religions, it is what it is. But to grow, to not be mature, that understand that in spiritual journeys, you want to be healed before you arrive. So when you get that job, you don't start an issue because you have not. You feel like everybody wants you not to get the job. Then when you get the job, you feel like everybody on the job want to get you from the job because you're not dealing with the psychosis. This is why I believe in therapy. This is why I believe in counseling. This is why I believe in cleansing. This is why I believe in people educating themselves. Because a lot of the problems that you create them because you're not healed. And you're not. And the sad thing about it, no matter what you practice, you're not even interested. You're more interested in doing a spell on somebody who you think hurt them than asking yourself, how did I allow them to hurt me? Where was I open? Huh? Where did I not do my proper protection? Where did I not listen to my dream? Where did I not listen to my reading? Let me say this. In respect to a lot of people, what's good for one person may not be good for another. Remember, while you practicing magic, it also the society by which you live in or the environment by which you are birthed in affects your perception, which also in turn affects the way that you send out energy. Remember, energy follows thought. So if you came up and all you perceive about money is using people, manipulating people, then your perception about doing money work, money spells, or praying for money is going to be about manipulation. It matters, sir and ma'am, who raised you, or if you got no counsel, or the people that you were raised by don't have it. Because most people not just going to be honest and listen, I know me and your dad laid down and had you, but we don't have the mental capacity because we children ourselves. We still trying to figure it out. So the information I'm showing you, the things I'm doing, I'm winging it. The average person is not going to tell their child, I am winging it out here in life. I don't know who to listen to. It just sounds good. Because I don't know myself. I don't know what I really want out of life. I don't know who I am. And I'm not willing to put the resources in. I don't care where you go in the hospital, they're going to always ask you. If you go to a hospital, they're going to want to know your history, your medical history. They're going to want to know your family's medical history. Why does that not apply to your spirituality? It doesn't matter if you're an outside child. It doesn't matter how you came about. Your energy signature follows your ancestry. You worried about that your daddy never claimed you or your mama didn't love you has nothing to do with your journey. But it has something to do with how you show up in your journey. The things that people are not teaching y'all is that the stuff that's happening to you in life has nothing to do with your destiny. Your destiny is what it is. What you have to do is get whole so you can walk in that destiny. So when you arrive to that destination, you're not messing up what you have actually came to this earth plane to do. And that's nobody's responsibility but you. And guess what? No matter, I have been teaching, I have been sharing, I have been putting products out there. I know what I'm talking about. I am experienced. I have connection. I have resource. And people still choose to arrive at their destination broken. And they're shocked at the outcome. They're shocked. You can get, let me tell y'all something. If somebody's not used to taking care of anything, let's just make it physical. I don't care what you practice. If somebody can be your mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin, if they're not used to taking care of stuff, they can get a brand new spanking house. Fully furnished. They owe nothing, no property tax, no light bill, no water bill, just they still gonna tear it up. When they arrive at Canaan with the land of milk and honey, they are still going to tear it up because themselves, they came broken. If you don't do what y'all hear the term out about shadow work, good afternoon to you. What's up, Sherry? All right, kind of one of my favorite fruits out there. You better be careful. Let me say it. I wrote this down. How do you know that you got, how do you know if they got it for you? When they are willing to lose you to tell you the truth. When they prepare you for things you didn't even know you were going to deal with. When you keep asking questions, I need a life coach. I need a mentor. I need a tata. I need a teacher. I need a teacher. Let me tell you, it's a true saying. When you ready as a student to teach up here, the reason why some of you are running after all these other people, it's not for their teaching. Because any real student that is studying know that it's a process. And any student knows somebody got to test you. You have to trust your teacher. The reason why I tell people in my church and people that try to work me, go watch the Karate Kid, is because Daniel did not understand what karate was. Daniel was trying to learn karate to keep from getting picked on and beat up. So he thought if I learn how to karate, I can defend myself, number one, and stop getting beat up because I got insecurity issues. So I'm getting into something with the wrong mentality. The same thing when it comes to hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. People get into these ATR with the wrong reason. Not for what karate. Karate is a way of life. It is a personal development, understanding your ashe, your breathing, your development, your mechanics with your body, acupuncture, all that applies in real karate. That's what karate is. It ain't about breaking bones and snapping and flipping nobody up and wah, wah. And that's what Miyagi was trying to show Daniel. And Daniel did not want to do the hard work to develop. Daniel thought that Miyagi was using him. This is why I can tell many of you, you are immature, just like I was. It just so happened when I was learning magic, I was a child, so it kind of fit. But some of y'all grown and immature. Daniel thought that Miyagi was using him. You got me painting your fence, washing your car, waxing a floor, sanding. You got me out here doing all this stuff. And I'm looking over here at these other guys that learning karate. They got on their clothes. They got their belts on. They got their bandanas on. Because you not trying to learn magic. Huh? Stop comparing real spirituality with formality of these other ATRs. In voodoo, there's a magical side to voodoo. And then there's the formality. That's what I'm going to call it. And all of these ATR, there's a format. There are people that can actually look like the religion and cannot manifest absolutely nothing. Or very little to anything. They can't heal you. They can tell you what kind of Ebo. They can tell you what type of herbs. They can tell you all that stuff. But them themselves cannot manifest it. That's a form of godliness. I teach magic on my platform. I teach spirituality. When you give support or be a part of it, that's what. And guess what? If you are joining and you come in here and you want me to do what you done seen other people do, I can't do that. And I'm not going to do that. That has nothing to do with magic. It has nothing to do with manifestation. It has nothing to do with you arriving at your said destination or purpose healed. And you're not going to get healed. And you're going to be frustrated. And you're going to be blaming your Mumbo, your Tata, your Hugon, your Boko, your Initiate. And the truth is that you were immature. And you had issues of insecurity, hurt, abandonment issues that you never want to deal with. And you thought you were going to hide behind magic and magical spells. You thought once you did this work and you get this man or woman, you were going to be happy. And you found out that two incomplete people make a complete mess. I don't care what you practice. I'm going to say it again real slow. Two incomplete, I've been saying this for years. Two incomplete people make a complete mess. So it doesn't matter if you do hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. It don't matter. What's up, Sheena Carter? What's up, babe? I say this thing is, if you get into hoodoo, obeah, conjure, spell work, spellcraft, whatever it is, Christianity, make sure that you're getting into with the understanding of your personal journey, your personal responsibility. That can I give time? If anybody went to college, hold on, y'all. Got my oil coming down. If anybody been to college and anybody understood two incomplete people make a complete mess, yes. When you get into that, even if you went on a scholarship, you're going to still need financial help. I remember my middle boy went to college. He thought because he got a full ride that he didn't need mom and daddy. So, a lot of times you feel you get beside yourself because, I'm independent out there, and realize that he still needed them finances. What's up there, Calvina, my God sister? Medifun Oyem. Let me tell y'all something. You don't ever want to be out here without counsel. It doesn't matter how proficient you get. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how gifted or talented you are or are not. You do not want to be out. There's safety when you have people of the craft, and that they can be honest with you. But let me tell y'all something. Just like teachers are the natural, same thing spiritual. Nobody want to spend most of their time disciplining you rather than actually teaching you. Like, if y'all want to know why a lot of these people are pulling the stunts they pulling in these ATR, it's because it's too much work to deal with a grown man or woman that wants you to do something for them that they don't want to do for themselves. If I give you good counsel, if I give you the tools, on my platform, you go to my website, I got all kind of tools there. But you won't even study. I literally have the description there. I broke it down. I have the actual scriptures. I have the instructions on my in my Patreon. I have videos giving examples, and they still would say, Apostle, could you tell? Because you got these people babysitting you. You still want somebody that hands on, grab your hand, and is this my husband? Do you want him? Then you get him. Now you want to know whether he gay or bi. Now you want to know whether he's sleeping with your bed. A lot of these questions you should have asked as a grown man or woman way before you ever did what you did. It's too many people making decisions and then want to do magic. Talk to any mature hoodooist, voodooist, Santeria, crystal lover, like, I don't care who they are. Talk to them. To ask them, is it better to get advice and good counsel before you take action? It don't matter what spell work you do. If you're going to spend all your ashe, your chi, just undoing bad decisions or trying to eradicate all of y'all that want relationships. You don't even know what it takes to keep a happy home. Like, realistically, the amount of work that goes into doing this stuff, and then you want somebody to get in and work. Let me tell y'all something about me. I was raised, that's why I say get healed before you get to your rival. Most of us believe once we can be intimate with somebody, that makes us ready for a relationship. We know that's not the truth. My lies are not for children. Now, I was taught this by my mom's a Virgo. If you are a woman and I am interested in you, if you ever invite me to your house, I am going to go to your bathroom. I'm going to go into your bathroom. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to put no rules down, no nothing. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into your bathroom as a grown woman. And I am going to get your toilet paper, your white toilet paper. And I am going to pull a couple sheets of your toilet paper. And I'm going to fold them in 3. This is what I taught my son. And I am going to wipe behind your sink. And I'm going to wipe behind your toilet. Because my mother told me if a woman will half clean her bathroom, she gonna have clean other parts. Most people do surface cleaning. Most people do surface spiritual work. There was a time in society, I don't care if you're rich, poor, gay, straight, or bi, it never mattered. You will hear women say these words: you can eat off my bathroom floor. I promise you, you don't hear that very seldom. I'm going to say it again. If you cannot physically clean, how can you be a spiritual cleanser? We deal with duality, right? If they're not proficient in cleaning physical things, they're not going to be proficient in cleaning what? Natural things. A man that cannot provide naturally, normally is not going to be able to provide spiritually. A lot of the issues that many of you guys out here, all you're going to do is do spells in a state of mind that's immature, that's going to cause more problems because you're not looking further enough down the road, or you're not assessing where am I going to be. If I bind myself to you and I evolve at a certain level, then you're going to become a weight. The very thing that you trying to pull to you, now 5 years from now, 10 years from now, becomes a weight. Now you dragging them trying to get to your destiny. You're dragging them trying to get to your fulfillment. You're dragging them trying to get to what God had promised you. And I'm just being honest with you. I like, at the end of the day, universal laws, they apply to everybody. You can't judge me in certain things, because I am sitting here being honest with you, and the truth is, the matter is that I'm just explaining to you that you need to be healed before you arrive. And then if you arrive broken, then admit that and stop making everybody else that you just arrived at the problem. I told one girl, I said, listen, you were being lied to before you met me. Don't make me a liar. Now I lie, but I didn't lie to you. I didn't deceive you. You was hurt. Because this is the stuff that people don't want to admit. You were damaged goods before you ever met that Tata, that Mambo, that Hugon, that Santeria. It don't matter. It's not the practice. And if you as a grown man or woman ain't ready to deal with what's in your trunk, you're going to make everybody the problem. And these are the type of readings y'all need. But you don't want them, because guess what? You're not really trying to do magic. You're trying to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. And you wonder why you keep bleeding out. Only grown people want to resolve. Only grown people want answers. Only grown people don't want to keep reciprocating the same situation. You got to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to make this 3-day journey in 40 years. I did it when I was young. I'm no longer looking. Listen, if you look good, that's a bonus. But you're going to know how to count. You're going to know how to run a household. Because if you can't run a household, when I venture out trying to start my business, it's going to be a problem. Because if you can't run a house, how can you run a business? If you can't take care of your own house, how can you run God's house? How can you start a coven, godchildren, when you don't know how to proficiently make the people in your own house safe? Why does your counsel not bring safety to the people that you claim to love? Before you give advice to anybody out here on social media, the neighbor, the dog down the street, the cat around the corner, before you mess with the squirrel up in the tree, the woodpecker on the pole, leave all them alone. Does your counsel bring safety and security to them that you claim to love? And me personally, sir, it don't matter what you practice. If it ain't doing it, if your peanut butter jelly ain't doing it for your bread, why would it do it for my bread? We all get daily bread. If your peanut butter and jelly ain't doing it for you, how is it going to do it for anybody else? And this is the kind of stuff you need to be having under wrap before you ever make a business card, before you ever do a flyer, any of that stuff. This is why a lot of y'all get y'all feelings hurt out here. Because you ain't did your work before you got out here, and now you want everybody else to understand when you claim to be a professional. Nobody got to understand when you out here got all these titles on your name. You done got stretched, you done got tucked, you done got cut, you done got dipped. Why should why should a babe in this thing show you that? No. Why you ain't got your affairs in order? Why I got to be your problem? I called you about my product. Is it my fault you ain't paid your bills and they won't pick up your pack? No! Stop making. You should have this stuff in order. Ain't nobody perfect. I fall behind, but I got a backup plan. This is the stuff you should have before you ever step out here. So therefore, when people come with the foolish, I have people go, oh, I ain't get my order. I ship UPS. We have tracking. I work for UPS for 28 years. I know their system. You got people out here, no matter what you practice, they're going to be looking for a problem. What your job as a business owner and as a professional is to minimize the complaints. Minimize the lack of reading. Because most people, if the sign can be right up there, they'll still ask a question. All the information they asking, see right on that sign, and they still won't read it. Because they weren't trained. They were not trained. Everybody got to put it in their hand. Currency means nothing if we still aren't free. Exactly. But we got to first know what freedom is. When you watching my lives, understand this. I'm a Sagittarius. I believe in freedom, but freedom comes with responsibility. Freedom comes with the knowing that what I have need of and the reality I want to live is nobody else's responsibility. That's why I say as above, so below. Saturn is the father. Structure. Tell the truth. You disdain structure. It don't matter who. It doesn't matter. And most of the people, I'm going to tell y'all something about a lot of these elders out here. A lot of these elders that are out here demanding respect and honor were not good students. People that are overbearing about, oh, I'm a Tata, I'm a Mamba, I'm a Huda, and they come, I talk to the person that they learn up under. 9 times 10. I ain't saying all the time, but 9 times out of 10, them one that are just overbearing with their title, they were never good students. People that are always rushing to be a leader, they never good students. And they're going to always be asking you to do stuff they didn't do when they were in your position. I'm going to say it again. Most of the people that are out here rushing through this process were never good students. They rush through the process because they want somebody to say, oh, they are Tata, Mamba, Huga. They're not there for the actual work. Just like Daniel was not there to really learn karate. He was there to hide behind karate so he didn't get beat up. That's why they do. Because they didn't get no acknowledgement. They did not get certain things when they felt they were due. And so now they're getting into something. And that's why they can talk to you crazy. Huh? It ain't nothing wrong with chin checking nobody. Ain't nothing about straightening people. But some of this stuff is overbearing. And it has a lot to do with you not used to authority. Because if you really was used to authority, you know it don't take all that. I'm going to say that again. I know by being on this platform, I do not pay to be on TikTok. Because some of these people out here talking like they actually pay TikTok for to be on TikTok. We all know that TikTok is free. We also know, only thing we got to do is keep our phones on or our cable on. We pay for that part. But the platform itself is free. Facebook is free. Instagram is free. YouTube is free. Let's stop playing games. Now, just because you don't utilize it to be effective in your life, sir, ma'am, that's a personal problem. That is it ain't nothing wrong with TikTok. It's what you put out and what you attract. If you ain't about the foolishness, you will nip it in the bud. But every Monday is foolishness. Tuesday is foolishness. Wednesday is foolishness. Thursday is foolishness. Friday is foolishness. Saturday, Sunday, it's you. It's you. Maybe one day out of the week I give it to you. But 7 days a week, you about that foolishness. Because nobody that is not, especially at a certain age, you don't got time for it. Some of you guys, ask yourself, and don't worry about nobody else. If you, my grandmother said, my mama said to thy own self be true. Do not, she said, you can lie to everybody else. She didn't say to lie to everybody, but she said you can. But don't lie to yourself. If you are still out here in these spiritual streets and lying about who you are, I'm loud, y'all. I'm going to say, I don't care. Even if somebody don't like it, at least I know that's me. Learn about who you are, what you into, why you do it all. You grown. You ain't got to lie to nobody. That's to your mama, your daddy, your children. Nobody. If you want to practice hoodoo, if they don't want you to practice hoodoo in their house, they have a right. But what they don't have a right to is what you choose to practice. Where? Since you in their house, they got a right. You don't have a right to light your candles and do your sermons and all that in their house if that's what they're against. Because they paying a cost. And even if you assistant, it's still their house. Because when you get yours, you're going to want somebody to respect your rules and regulations. It's so simple, y'all. When you go on somebody else's live, I never go on other people's live trying to get readers. I never try to go and be annoyed. I try to help boost. If I'm going to be on your live, it's to support you. Because if it's about me, then I'll be on my own live. But if I'm on your live, it's about you. Do unto others as you would have others do to you. If you want people to support you, stop all this backstabbing going on in the ATR has a lot to do with people that are intimidated because they don't believe. They believe in the law of scarcity. They don't believe in the law of abundance. Because let me tell y'all something. Take this for what it's worth. Anybody that truly believe in the law of abundance and they walk in abundance can care less what you get blessed with, because they still going to get theirs. They already know. There's a cattle on 1,000 hills. There's some milk and honey for everybody. But when you believe in scarcity, you sow sparingly, you reap sparingly. That's why these people out here backstabbing friends, messing, doing all this craziness. It has a lot to do with right here. Because if you knew that I can let you have your joy today on Monday, because on tomorrow is my time. I wouldn't try to stop you from having joy today, and neither would I try to rain on your parade. And that's maturity, y'all. If these people really believed in the divinity of God or goddess, they would not be doing that. They would not be out here trying to undercut each other. They wouldn't be trying to recycle clients. They wouldn't be trying to do none of that, because what God got for me is for me. Thank you so much. I wish you really know what witchcraft was. But that's TikTok for you. But my thing is, if you want to know why it is important to heal before arrival, you're doing yourself, male, female, gay, straight, bi, it don't matter, rich, poor. You're doing yourself, and the people, when you arrive, they can really enjoy you. If you want to enjoy any blessings that spirit ancestor them paid the way for you, be healed on arrival. And you'll be able to come back and tell me, man of God, bruh, hey, you were thank you. Stop making this stuff about other people when you're not doing your work. If you get readings from me, if you get incense burning from me, understand where my mentality is. You got to stop running up on people and not doing your research. You can't do it. You come in here, you want me to feel sorry for your situation, but you didn't feel sorry for enough of your situation to take counsel. How many people honestly told you to stop eating the way you did? How many people honestly told you to stop trying to interfere in other people's society or their religion that had nothing to do with you? You the one continue to do it because you're going to make something happen. And we learned that from the church. How do we heal? First of all, I'm going to tell you something that you may not be expecting to hear when it comes to healing. I'm a healer. You can't heal nobody that is not acknowledging their patterns. To get damaged, to have an accident, either somebody got to be in your lane or you got to be in their lane. To need a mental healing, that means that you have no control over your mind. That means that you've been damaged by parents, or you are allowing yourself to be damaged by information that you're allowing in. It is always accountability of self. Okay? If you have emotional trauma, you have allowed people to damage you. So a part of healing is understanding who you are, what to protect, how to set up boundaries. And y'all, to be honest with you, when people use that word heal to me, most people are not going to get healed. They're going to die damaged. You know why? Because they're not going to do the work. Because to heal, it takes work. It takes me understanding I'm responsible for what goes in my mind. I'm responsible for what goes in my ear. I'm responsible for what goes in my mouth. I'm responsible for cleansing myself. I am responsible for getting up early and praying. I'm responsible for doing my rituals. I am responsible for showing up on time. I am responsible for doing my contract and being in the right company with the right people. Making the assessment when things have changed. I am responsible. People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that because we got too many people trying to make a quick dollar willing to tell you anything. I don't blame y'all. I don't. I blame the people that are in position that are out here teaching that shouldn't be teaching because they ain't qualified. You don't have to be the valedictorian, but you need to pass a test. And some of y'all, just like some of these people got degrees on their wall, they barely passed that test. They barely passed that test to get that degree. And they took that test 47 times. So while you bragging about what's on your wall and your degree, was you the valedictorian? Was you a straight A student? Or it took you 47 times to get it and you barely got it then? Don't brag to me about no paper. Don't brag to me about no paper. I live this. That's what I do. And let me tell y'all something. Christianity has did a lot of damage. And I want y'all to know this. Study history. Go beyond what you were told, and that's even including me. Don't even take my word for it. Do your research. TikTok has been the best thing for a lot of us because we have been able to encounter people and be a part of people's lives that we would have never met if it wasn't for social media. Age of Aquarius have brought a lot of us together, and we need to be honest about that. There's things that I have learned that I did not learn from home. There's things that I've learned I did not learn from spirit. I've learned through social media and being with other brothers and sisters that I would have never knew existed if it wasn't for social media. I don't regret social media, but I am responsible for what I consume. I am responsible for how I invest my money. If I don't have what I need, but I don't went and bought some brand new shoes and know I was going to be hungry, my mama taught me that lesson when I was a kid. Let me tell you what she did. She gave me some money, took me to the mall. My mama knew I loved the mall. Loved the mall. Between breathing and the mall, that was me. Some days I would choose the mall over breathing. But the point is, I love to shop. I don't like it, I love it. So she took me, Virgo, trying to teach me a lesson. Took me there, gave me money. I went there, bought me the highest price shoe. I bought shoes and cologne. She waited on me. And my mother hates shopping. My mother don't like the mall. She don't care for it. But she was there because I'm her child. Just trying to teach y'all something. So I get in the car. I done shop. I done got hungry. My mother immediately leaves the mall and goes to the restaurant, to pull up to get something to eat. I say, Mama, I'm hungry. My mother looked at me, straight face. She said, eat them shoes and drink that cologne. You did exactly what you wanted to do with your money. Now I'm going to do what I need to do with mine. Just because you put your wants before your needs as a grown man or woman, that ain't nobody else's fault. Just because you're not making sure you got what you need so you can do what you need to do, that is not the tata, the mumbo, the who-gone. Let me tell you something. People have lied to me just like they lied to you, but they do not get over me because I don't make nobody responsible for me. Because you're going to only be able to take me for that ride only so long. Because after a while, it ain't going to add up. 1 + 1 is 2, and I'm going to catch on. It's when you, as a grown man or woman, want to put all that responsibility on somebody else that your mom and daddy didn't even want. And now all of a sudden, you're going to make us the blame. It's not going to happen. My mama told me, she didn't buy me nothing either. Because let me explain to you as well. You can actually create a situation that brings something to somebody's awareness, but if there's no consequences for their action, they're just going to repeat the cycle. I looked at her. And I told my grandma on her too. My mama didn't care. Like, I was a big tattletale when I was coming up. I was a tattletale. I would tell my mom business in a minute. Hey, Madam O'Shun, what's up? Y'all hear me? But anytime you want to be healed, there must be consequences. The consequences are the reminder, I don't want to experience that again. I'm telling y'all. If your parents don't love, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what my spiritual dad told me. And this is what he told me. My mom, I said, I want my mom to love me. He said, listen. He said, your mama love you. He said, but this is the, he said, if she didn't, she got you here. She did her job when she landed you on this earth plane. If she don't do nothing else, she did her job. Getting you here to be able to live your existence is all the work that needed to be done. Everything else is a plus. I know you don't want to hear that. You got people that their parents were killed in accidents or whatever, and they still were able to fulfill their destiny. These are excuses, because guess what? If nobody else loves you, you can love yourself. You can take the experience of saying what not to do and still become a healthy, healed individual. Knowing how far to go with people that are damaged and are bruised, but living your life talking about who don't like you, that's a self thing. And guess what? It takes work. That's why people, when it comes to Apostle Ely, people do not know the work that goes on being healed, and they are not responsible. Because every time you tell them about what they need to do, they're going to tell you about who did it to them. Every time you try to tell them about the dog, about putting up a fence, they're going to tell you the dog came in my yard. But if you put the fence up, the dog can't get in your yard. I don't want to hear that. I want to tell you about how this dog came in my yard and did his business in my yard. Because I want to tell you the story about who and how everybody doing something to me. Because I need you to know that I am not worth me fighting for and standing up for and educating myself for. And so everybody can do whatever they want to me. And that's what you want. That's the story that you want to tell about your life. And you grown. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to talk about how no matter what happened to me, God brought me through. I want to talk about I got hurt, but I got healed. I want to talk about I lack money, but God supplied. I want to talk about who came against me and how God defeated them. I want to talk about how they tried to shut the door and God made a way out of no way. That's me. I don't care if it's hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, Apollo. Life skills and social skills are very important. I don't care what you practice. And if you're going to choose as a grown man or grown woman to arrive at your destination unhealed, let's be it known that that's a choice. That is a choice. That is a choice of a grown man or woman, and you're going to mess up whatever it is that you have asked for, and you're going to say it wasn't no good first for you. Hey, how you doing, babe? Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that solutions based on thinking. Yes. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let me tell y'all something. Today, and the stuff and the work I'm doing, I cannot allow some of you guys to make everything about your tatas, your mumbos, your hugans, the ATR. It's a lot of this is that you're not willing to invest in your healing. And guess what? When you get clean, it is your responsibility to stay clean. When you get your mind right, who you gonna let disturb your peace at that point? Like, if it don't, you cannot make it something. If they gonna do the cleansing, the rogation on your head, then it is your responsibility. Because I'm not gonna live a certain reality. It is what it is. Yes, strolling down memory lane perpetuates unwanted matter. Yeah. But they do it. Because let me tell you why people, let me tell you, the same energy they take in manifesting negative in their life, reminiscing over the emotional traumas in their life, is the same energy they could took recovering from things. I'm all about results. If I'm doing reconciliation work for you, don't you worry about your partner. What you need to do is be working on what made them want to leave in the first place. That's what you need to be focused on. Worrying about what they're doing while they ain't with you is your time to get yourself together, huh? When you see me again, you're going to see maturity. When you see me again, you're going to see development. When you see me again, you're going to see higher value. You're going to see that the investment I put in myself, that my equity has risen. You're not going to leave me and come back to me and I'm in the same condition. I'm not going to, even when you left me, I had a certain need for you. When you come back, I'm not going to have that need for you like I had, but I'm going to show you appreciation for the need that you were to me. You understand? You're not going to get involved with me and see me in the same cycle. And if we don't never get together, you still not going to catch me in the same space. Some of y'all don't care enough. I don't care if you don't ever be with that man or woman again. I don't care if you don't ever their mama, their daddy, their dog, their cat, their rabbit should never come out and say, oh, she or he might be older, but they doing the same thing. They acting, you don't left hoodoo, you don't went to voodoo, you don't went to Santeria, Kumi, Congo, you don't got stretch, cup, tuck, all that. You don't got, but you got the same mentality. Ain't that sad? That's not what your soul came down here to do. It came down here to evolve. And that's what I teach and perform. I have so much more healing to do. This is how I know I'm not ready to parent. You are really talking to my soul. I have my first counseling session with my mother on Monday, and I can't let this behavior continue. Let me tell y'all something. Do not go into any counseling with your parents trying to change your parents. What you want to do is have an understanding. Like with my mom had me when she was 16 years old. Whatever she did to me or did not do to me, I cannot hold her accountable because she was 16. What I can do is get some understanding of what was going on. The dispensation of time. What was your parent going through? Where were they economically? Were they more interested in surviving and putting a roof over your head than putting name brand clothes? Because you worried about how you got picked at school when they were doing the best. Like a lot of stuff, you got to be able to be rational. Now, if they just did you dirty and then like just did not do their parental job, that's a whole nother chapter. But some of the stuff that we holding our parents accountable for, you have to consider certain things. What would they say? They in a better state right now, and you grown, and they still ain't good. This the best your mama ever thought behaved, or your daddy, and they still not healthy. They still dysfunctional. And that's okay. But you need to understand, now that you are aware of this, the moment you came aware of what was not good, what steps did you take to make it better for you? Now that you're grown. When you go in there, don't go in there trying to change your parent. I'm telling you, you wasting time, energy, and money. If you go in there to get her to, my mama won't tell, no parent finna sit there and tell you all their business. I don't care how much they love you. If you want clarity of understanding what they were doing and the life skills that were available to him or her, you're going to get a lot out of that. You're going to get a lot out of that. But a lot of times we think by parents saying certain things that it's going to make life better. I don't care if your mom and dad, it still ain't going to change the fact what happened to you. Sometimes people talk about molestation and their parent got... But you won't say, well, I got molested because my mom was constantly working or my dad was constantly gone because they were working. They were trying to do right by me, but they thought they could trust it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of stuff you have to consider. That means it wasn't intentional. You still got hurt in the process, but some of y'all made like y'all parents intentionally. If that's your case, then that's a whole nother chapter. But when people doing what they got to do and you fall through the cracks, no, your mother went home and you got pregnant because you were being fast and grown. It wasn't because your mother said, come on in, Johnny, and beat my daughter down while I'm at work. No, you were doing what you had no business doing. That's just being real. And now she got to feed another mouth that she was already struggling feeding your mouth. Oh, she mentally abused me because she told me, you know what? Get grown. Get grown and get some bills. And see, bills is worse than root work, voodoo work, conjure work. If you get enough bills, you would think Jesus himself doing root work on you. Get enough bills, you'll be right here thinking that Jesus, the Messiah, Yahshua, Emmanuel, and Hathor got together to do work on you. Because that reality and life, something serious. I'm done, y'all. I hope that many of you guys that join my YouTube and be a part, that really trying to grow and be a part of my YouTube family, if you looking for real answers, I got some solutions. But if you still in that state like Daniel, and you want to be like everybody else, how they do karate, stay over there with them other people that doing that. Go and get your bandanas, your outfits, and everything else. But if you want to learn magic, spell work, that's really going to move something, I'm your man. But if you with that other foolishness, stay on over there, because all you're going to do is arrive over here broken, and I'm going to do what I do with broken pieces. I get rid of them. You're not going to cut me or my people because you don't want to fix you. It's not happening. 850 offering. Thank you, Darius. 850 offering. I think I was reading that. Darius playing. Don't play with me, Darius, because my glasses got me seeing an 8, a 5, and a 0. This is so much needed. Thank you so much. You quite welcome. Listen. This is how I'm gonna tell y'all. I can tell y'all what I'm telling y'all because the people in my life, and I'm telling you, if what I'm telling you resonates with you, and you done had a good spiritual person in your life, or somebody have done right by you like this, send them an offering. Send them some love. I'm telling you, It's hard to be this way with people because you put yourself in a situation that this person can hurt you, because hurt don't care that that's not your biological child. Sacrifices is what they are, sacrifices. And if I'm grown enough to sacrifice for you, then you should be grown enough to appreciate and utilize what I'm giving out. All right? Much love to each and every one of you guys. All right? Thank you. And I'll see you guys a little later on. And to all of you guys that are going to be in my with my crowning of Medifun Oya, thank you so much. We are actually going to one of my padrinos. He's the crown Eligua. And he's going to be throwing a party, so we are going over there next Sunday to celebrate with them. So I'm getting all their offerings together. I as their pastor, apostle, is making sure that they are giving offerings. I'm going to teach them about Eligua and roll opening to on a whole nother level so that they can give offerings. Yes, it's still the day, sweetheart. Keish, yes. Yes. All right. Make sure you guys join my YouTube. Visit my website. And I'll see you guys a little later on today. All right? God bless. Legba, yes. But we ain't doing voodoo. We doing Santeria.